Hello everyone, welcome to the VR Gamescast. How you doing? My name is Zena, I'm going to be the host, and with me today is the one and only Jamie Feltham.
There's got to be more than one of me. I feel like
There's definitely more than one, but you know.
I feel like this is a pretty common name, pretty common surname. I'm almost certain there are more Jamie Felthams in the world.
Yeah, you just kind of feeling your network, your cerebro. Where are all the Jamie Felthams?
These are actually just my podcast stretches. If you're listening to the show, I'm stretching my fingers in the hand tracking right now. This is my podcast warm up because I use these a lot during a podcast for unknown reasons.
Okay, you Mr. Burn It a lot, don't you?
What?
You kind of go, yes.
Oh, like that. Mr. Burnett seemed a bit like some sort of exercise legend. The weird thing is, we did this last week or a couple of weeks ago, or whatever, and my sister watched, and she said she can actually notice that I do the like face scratches I do in real life during a podcast.
That is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, that is very strange.
Okay. Whoa, Adam Hartzell.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's going on with Adam Hartzell?
What is this?
Have you inverted yourself, my friend, or is this just the tablet being weird? Because to us, your name is now pink.
Obviously, we are not alone here. We've got everyone in chat. We are very happy to have you here today, including Tamiso, Gizmo360, Shadow 4629, Ryan Daly, Don, and of course, Adam Hartzell, who has got a wonderfully coloured name there. I think it is inverted actually, because the emojis are all blue.
All our emojis are blue.
Wow. So Adam Hartzell has got a lovely coloured name. I think it's green normally, because he is a member. He is a member alongside Radical App Dev, Rick Tet, Robert Quinones, Steve Evans, Smash Reality, Adam Hartzell, I already mentioned him, B.R. Shah, John Westra, and Dominique Fruchtman. They are wonderful. They support us. If you would like to support us, become a member. If not, you can do the super chat. And that's like a super comment that, you know, we really pay attention to. And, you know, you're supporting us. And we really appreciate that.
We should have like virtual costumes with like signs on them that say like we'll sing for super chat.
Super chat now. Anyway, let's get on with it. I mean, this week's going to be a bit fun because most of the stories that were announced have just been announced within the past couple of hours. So we've been busy. We've been pretty busy. And let's start off with the PlayStation VR Day. So, they surprise dumped a bunch of PSVR games and announcements like they did a couple of months ago, maybe?
Back in March, I think it was.
Back in March. Yeah. So like 5 minutes before they were going to post everything, which they posted everything every half hour, they were like, guess what? We've got a bunch of announcements. So
no state of play for you.
No state of play. PSVR, no way.
No, just blogs.
So that included Arashi Castles of Sin. They also gave us more info on things like Wind and Leaves, which they announced last PSVR Game Dump. That's the official name now on our podcast, by the way. After the Fall, of course, they spoke more about After the Fall. Fract, which we are so pumped to play. The Gorgeous Wanderer. And we don't know if this has been announced yet. We watched a leaked montage. They're also going to talk about Sniper Elite VR.
PlayStation effed up. They put the they said
they
okay,
effed up.
Yeah, like a mystery couple of hours of PSVR games. Then they put the entire montage on YouTube, so we've already seen it. But I think Sniper Wanderer was shown like 15 minutes ago, and I think Sniper Elite is going to be shown in like 15 minutes from now. So I'll do the traditional poke the eyes out of the VR nasal slit. And we'll see what's going on there. Yeah, Adam.
This is not going to be reoccurring.
What, the nasal slit?
I hate that.
Well, I think it's too late for that. I think I've used it twice in a podcast. It's already
Oh.
reoccurred. So
Oh God. Okay,
Adam,
but
you're
hold
right.
up.
That what? There was
Timesso just became a member. Absolute boy. Thank you so
or-
much. We really
or
appreciate
girl.
that. Or girl. I can be an absolute boy.
Well, yeah, sure, but you might prefer to be called the absolute girl, even if you're a boy.
Absolute person. Thank you so much. What up, Mosaic? Hello from Austin, Texas. Hello.
Hello to Dario too. Good to see you. Good to see you.
What is up?
all.
So anyway, before they announced all of this stuff, back to the PSVR dump. Before they announced everything, they said there's going to be no next gen stuff. So there was no PS5 hype whatsoever. Jamie, what was your favorite announcement or game update or what have you?
No PS5 hype whatsoever is just a really good way to describe the last couple of months, isn't it? Also, I'm a big fan of describing this entire thing as a PSVR dump.
Yeah.
Just
It's exactly what it is. It's just like, oh yeah, by the way.
get it out there. Oh yeah, but yeah, you are right. Like, oh, by the way, should we announce E3's coming up? We're not going to talk about VR there. So, let's just get these things out of the way
exactly.
today.
Oh, it's such an insult. It might not be to some people, but
I remember they did their state of play. The first ever state of play they did was where they revealed No Man's Sky, Iron Man, Five Nights at Freddy's, all in VR, which is obviously huge and really, really good. But they didn't do a lot of messaging around it. Yeah, it's super pog, and they didn't
it's super
do.
pog.
Oh, it's so pog. They didn't do a lot of messaging around it, so a lot of people tuned in expecting, PS4 game announcements, got PSVR game announcements. They got angry, and I think Sony kind of took that as, whoa, we probably shouldn't be doing the whole PSVR state of play thing. But I think it's a shame. I think they could be doing those. I think they could bring each of these games back for one of those things. So there weren't many new game announcements. The thing that excited me the most. And I've just remembered you asked me to be good with images today.
Let's get the visuals up here, yeah.
There we go. Is this one? Which is called, I forgot what it's called.
Arashi
Castles of Sin. Note the plural on castle there. Castles of Sin. You can have more than one
I like
castle of
that.
Sin. Yeah. And this is really, really interesting. It's by a developer called Endeavor One, who did... they actually did a really, really old VR game called Jump, which was like back in the days of Oculus Share. But they also did a Halo spin-off game, like a dual stick shooter Halo game called Recruit, I remember. This looks like Tenchu in VR. This is feudal Japan, going to, I think, 6 different castles. Yeah. I'm all about it. Going to 6 different castles that have been invaded by horrible bandit types. And, stabbing them in the back when they're not looking, throwing ninja stars at them when they're not looking, shooting them in the face with an arrow when they are looking, and using a wolf companion, which is very important.
Here we go. That's basically necessary in every game, like going forward, especially PlayStation games, right?
Yeah.
You need some kind of animal to
petting,
to elevate the game.
Basically, that kind of counts for all games now, right? Because everyone wants to get on that really annoying Twitter account where it's like, yes, you can pet the dog. That's literally all it is. This looked good. Did you watch the trailer for this, right? I thought it looked really good.
Yeah. So I really like the look of it. I have to say, there is a huge hole in the market for a game like this. All of the samurai-looking games in VR are either really cartoony and cutesy, or they're just like made by indie developers, or they're not quite that polished.
Yeah.
This is the most polished, proper like samurai game. Like, if this would have come out like around the same time as Biddy Bob last year.
Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah. Ghost of Tsushima, like Sekiro, that kind of like vibe. Everyone kind of came out with those games then. I kind of feel like that's part of the trend. For sure.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Like, yeah, it's.
I stole your comment.
I think. Well, no, I think even now, like a year later, it's nicely timed for Ghosts, right? Like, people loved that game.
Samurais.
And yeah. Well, I mean, Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, people love that game, and people love.
No, it's okay. You said a wonderful time for Ghosts.
Yeah, I mean, I was
Oh,
whatever.
I see. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, and I think they're still riding that wave even a year on. It wasn't until we started watching the trailer I was like, well, yeah, no one's really done this well in VR yet. Like,
Yeah, I know.
it's the thing is, it seems exclusive to PSVR right now. Look, come on, people. I love PSVR, but I'll just phrase that right now before I do the rest of it.
But
that I don't know. I'm just concerned with all of the kind of, bigger, more ambitious action games we're seeing on PSVR, which includes this, to a lesser extent, Fract and Song in the Smoke. I would say I think I'm excited about, but it looks a little rough around the edges too. I think this and Song in the Smoke do look a little rough around the edges, and it's going to come down to that control scheme, the tracking. Is it one of those things where the developer started building this and then Sony threw some exclusivity money their way to get it as like a timed exclusive on PSVR or something?
Yeah, that seems to be the way that they kind of go, right?
Yeah, it does. That's how they do a lot of their strategizing with PSVR, which makes a lot of sense. So I am still very, very hopeful, but it's, with any game like this on PSVR, I really want to get it into my hands. And I think I'd be saying the same about Quest 2 as well, because, the best stealth stuff is very hard to do in VR because it's just so much more complex than a traditional video game, right? Like, you have just so much more control. There's so many more ways you could react when you're discovered. There's so many more ways an enemy should react when they're discovered. So it's a really, really hard thing to pull off.
That, and you do have the problems of, like flat games problem, like stealth problems. So, the AI, you rarely get really good like AI, right, in the enemies. So to have those added layers on top, like not only is it like, oh, you're in this area, it's you're doing this specific gesture or a specific thing, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we were talking about this when we played Zero Caliber a couple of weeks ago, right? Like, it's like, enemy AI is a really, really, really tricky one to figure out. I still haven't played a stealth game with perfect AI for me.
No.
Espire 1 kind of falls apart a bit once you get discovered. Like, enemies don't really know what they're doing. Phantom Covert Ops has really, really good enemies, but that's because they're kept at bay. They can't run right up to you. What are you going to say? Sorry.
What happened to Panther? Panther released, didn't it?
It released. We haven't really heard about it again since then.
No, that was a weird fizzle out. Everyone's really, really excited about it.
I think there was quite a lot of issues at launch, and I just don't know how well like the developer kept up with it. You're right though. I'd like to go back and check because I was actually rewatching our old showcase yesterday for some reason.
Why is that?
Yes, and it just seemed like a shame. Like, it just seemed like such a cool trailer.
Sure.
I thought people were really gonna get involved with it. And it didn't quite.
Yeah, man, but he was jumping down from like different levels, from like the mezzanine, like slicing through people. I swear that was the trailer, right?
I'm jumping down from the mezzanine. Sorry, I'm looking for my phone.
Are you okay? You're just kind of vibing, like, oh god, what's going on? Anyway, Jamie, get out the way. There we go.
I'm back. Sorry.
Here he is.
I was just grabbing my phone for when the Sniper Elite thing is announced in 5 minutes.
Ooh. So the chat says Puzzle Bobble. Oh snap! Puzzle Bobble VR.
Hang on a minute. Why are you all excited about Puzzle Bobble? That's what everyone's talking about on Twitter as well. First of all, the game is out, you crazy people. It's already on Quest. Second of all, it's not that good.
Oh yeah, but PSVR. Right. It's not on PSVR. Yeah.
No, it's not out, but on PSVR, yeah. But everyone's getting really excited about the fact it's coming to PSVR when this really cool samurai game, ninja game, is just announced.
Yeah,
get it together.
Fair.
All right,
fair.
I've been very harsh on
do you know what else is interesting? So we'll get on to the other bits and bobs. This is probably the most time that we're going to spend on a story. But remember, PSVR Without Parole, they showed that that motorbikey game. What is it? Very Akira-y.
Yeah, running on the motorbike.
Yeah, something like that. They recently just showed off gameplay, like a very, very short amount. I wonder why that wasn't included in this. Because it was very cool.
Yeah, well, Yeah, I think that game looks okay. I feel like them saying, "Oh, it's coming to
Yeah.
PSVR 2" is kind of a bit of a marketing stunt, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
I feel it's one of those things where it's a good marketing stunt. At the end of the day, indie developers look at it and say, "Oh yeah, it's coming to PSVR 2." Just kind of like the early days of
Yeah.
Quest, when everyone was like, "Oh, our stuff's coming to Quest," and then everyone found out that actually you had to go through quite a lot of process to get your game on Quest. Except that with PSVR 2, don't get me wrong, I think the game is probably coming to PSVR 2. It's just I don't think all the official documents and papers for that to actually happen have been signed yet. But you're right that it's not on there yet. And I guess because again, if they're not going to release it on PSVR 1 and they're going to release it on PSVR 2, then it wouldn't be included in anything yet because Sony's not talking about that stuff yet.
DCC 0209 said Hitman has good AI.
Yeah, that's true. Hitman is pretty good when it comes to the AI.
Yep, thank you for that.
That's what I got to say about that.
We got new gameplay from Fract. It looked super cool. The shooting, I think, looked really satisfying. It had that kind of bulky gun look again. There's slow-mo when you like explode little gas barrels. That was very cool. There was a little bit of drama at the end where you hang onto a helicopter and then you fall off and it looks like you're about to die. Oh no. But no, you've got your skis on. So you just carry on down that snowy hill. I thought that looks really fun. It looks like a really fun, really cool game.
Yeah, Fract is a really, really, really interesting one. First of all, it looks gorgeous, I think. I'm trying to find a video, but I can't. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. I can't believe how good it looks, really, again, considering it's on PSVR.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is, really nice to see this late in the day. Someone's still coming out with such a really, fresh-looking game at the end of the day. And the really interesting thing about that trailer, the game is really focused on movement, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's all about very fast-paced, sleek movement at the end of the day. And that's... I can't wait to, like, get my hands on it and see
Look at
what
that.
it's all about.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just key art, but
yeah, it's just a key art, but it really makes an impact, Rather than,
you're right.
I feel like a lot of action games have like a very muddied look. Like it's always very dark and like this.
Yeah, you're right.
Really makes an impact.
Phantom was that as well, right? Like the same developer that was dark and muddy. The game. I'm very, very hopeful for Fract. I've got to say. Also, look, he's got his skis on his back all the time, so that's why.
Oh yeah, but you're falling out of like a helicopter. I'm assuming this is part of a helicopter, maybe. Then you just appear with your skis on. That is just fantastic.
Oh yeah, but that's just some of the editing, isn't it? I think he will hit the ground with his skis on.
I hope he doesn't.
Maybe it's like get. What you mean? He just wants to hit the ground and just not move.
Oh yeah, no. Anyway.
Yep.
We had some words about After the Fall, but we're just going to move over that because it's just more enemy stuff, and that's fine.
It still looks good. It still looks good.
It looks great, of course. I want the game to come out. Like, just
exactly,
come out.
Exactly. Everyone, by everyone, I mean the only two people doing these sorts of things, so Sony and Oculus. Actually, there are three types of people doing these sorts of things, but we'll get to that in a minute. Everyone doing it wants a piece of After the Fall because it is that kind of big Left 4 Dead shooter zombie, and we haven't really had that since Walking Dead, really.
No,
and it's just such a no-brainer looking game in both, that yes, it's going to sell, and it allows people to just turn their brains off and shoot. So I can understand why people are so hungry to keep showing it.
Skis go swoosh.
They do go swoosh. Unless you fall off a helicopter and land on them, in which case they should go as should your legs.
Is he a transformer?
That's a very different sound. Thank you very much. No, I mean, and then like the bones will go. And
Adam, don't even start. Don't even start today with the YS phrase.
Will there be a yard sale in Fract?
No.
I can't believe we've managed to get 2 weeks in a row into the potential yard sale situation.
Oh my god, we're not even gonna touch on that. If you want to know
All right.
about yard sales, go to last week's episode. It's all there.
From here on out, a snow-based VR game every week. That's what we want. Okay. If it's not on Oculus, if it's not on PlayStation, I will go to Steam and I will find games where I can do yard sales.
I want to do yard sales all over the country. Anyway, yeah, so After the Fall, yeah, that's cool. Wind and Leaves. It looks incredibly cute, but I think that's a little bit misleading to say, maybe, because okay, you're a gardener and you have to bring back the vegetation, because everything apparently all kind of died out, I'm assuming. You only have a couple of tools. And the other thing that helps you are the power of trees. Okay. I don't know if this was like outlined in the first trailer, but I think this is the first time I properly paid attention. What the heck? It kind of seems a bit like Groundhog Day, but with trees. Like you get a bit too far away from where you're supposed to be, and then there are roots that appear in front of your face and they drag you back. What the hell?
I have some breaking news.
Oh no.
Are you ready, everyone? You heard it here first, or probably second, unless you're reading the PlayStation blog. Sniper Elite is out on Sniper Elite is out on July 8th.
Oh my god!
Wait,
July 8th.
Recheck. July 8th, not June 8th. I apologize.
Okay, July 8th. Sniper Elite VR on PSVR. That's awesome.
Do you want me to read out the PlayStation blog?
Let's read it out. Let's have a little sit down with that.
Steve Bristow, who's a lovely man from Rebellion.
Great man.
Great man. Talk about guitar playing sometimes. Take aim in this authentic World War II shooter coming to PSVR. Your home, your family, and everything you love lies in the path of a vast, brutal enemy. Yeah, well, basically. Will you pick up your rifle and stand against impossible odds to defend them? Rebellion, in partnership with Just Add Water and CoatSync. God, they get around,
everywhere.
Don't they? Jesus.
Bloody hell, CoatSync. Got your
Jack
finger
Sanderson
in every pie.
just over there with his million different arms, working on a million different games. Anyway, brings you
Sorry, I'm just
a brand new edition of the multi-million selling Sniper Elite series. You will experience a powerful World War II story through the eyes of the Italian partisan, rising with your brothers and sisters to protect your homeland from the fascist forces that threaten to destroy your homeland. Okay, designed from the ground up for VR. Something about stealth. First, the most important scope. The aim controller is supported. We already knew that, but yay! Many technical challenges. Yeah, that sounds like why it might have taken so long to come out. Also, PlayStation Move controller support. You can dual wield a pair of Colt 1911s, which happened all the time in the Second World War. X-ray cam is back. That's good. We always like to see skulls crack in VR.
And the balls.
Free movement is the third pillar. Tactical options. Is what's required as a support. What we need to find out is if it's still coming to everything else. I'm sure it's still coming to everything else.
Oh, PlayStation wouldn't say that in the PlayStation blog, right?
No, they wouldn't. If you're a fan of Sniper Elite series coming, yeah, and I feel like if it was not coming to everything else, they would say exclusive, wouldn't they? So there we go. That's happening.
No yard sales confirmed for Sniper Elite, but yeah, so July 8th. Oh my god, it's not June, I swear. If it was June 8th, it would be like a couple days. What day even is it? It's the 3rd. It's going to be a month and 5 days.
Week. Yeah, that would be quite stressful.
Wonderful. So that game has had when was it announced?
Oh, back when someone called David Jagno used to work here. That's how long ago.
Stop bringing him up. You're obsessed with him.
It was like, I want to say like E3 2017, maybe 2018.
Yeah, that game has been, aired or dangled in front of everyone for quite a bit now.
Yeah.
And finally, we've got a date of some kind.
Yeah,
well,
I'm excited. I'm excited. It'll be. I'll tell you what will let us know if it's definitely coming to Quest as well, is if July 8th is a
Thursday.
A Thursday. This is my little detective work going on right now.
Secret squirrel.
Secret squirrel. It's a Thursday. Thursday confirmed, everyone. It's probably coming to Quest.
All right, cool. So yeah, Sniper Elite. Any? Oh, okay. So yeah, Wind Leaves looks cool. Can't wait to try it. Still don't quite understand it. A little bit artsy, kind of like what's it called? Paper Beast.
Oh yeah,
I kind of
Not
get those
as artsy.
vibes from it.
a little bit, but
artsy.
yeah, that was a Jamie game.
And just to kind of wrap this up, if you don't have anything else to mention,
In terms of the PSVR games,
yeah.
Wanderer looks really, really cool still, but I still haven't seen that
Wanderer,
trailer.
of course. I didn't have a chance to look at that before the stream.
Yeah, no, we started the stream when it was when it went live. So but I think Wanderer is definitely one to look out for. I think the escape room mechanics and what's going on there are very, 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 very promising.
Wonderful. Just a little snide note. Zack Snyder later, but just a little side note. Saved it. Another little PlayStation blog came out today about the Astrobot developers, and they have rebranded and based themselves completely on Astrobot. You can check out that story on uploadvr.com. I think it's really cute, and I really, really hope there's going to be an Astrobot game for PSVR 2. Like, you just have to, right? Or like adapt the PS5 one to PSVR 2 because of the whole haptic and the bitty bobs and the dual sense.
I think best case scenario, they are doing a another VR game, but I think for sure there's a flat screen, another fully flat screen one coming, because they've realized that with the critical success of Rescue Mission and of the showroom game, there's no way the next one's not going to be playable on flat screen TV. I don't think. Here
is my demands. What are they called? Asobo. Here are my demands.
Asobi.
Stop making Astrobot thin. Make him thicker. This is like the Pikachu complex. Oh, Jamie's just gone. I hope I'm still here.
No, you are still here. I just my chat was.
It's just like Pikachu, where he started off really chubby and chunky, and then he got slowly thinner. They're doing that with Astrobot, and they need to stop it.
I mean, he's done a lot of running since he was first invented.
He's a robot. Come on.
They
thinned him up, and that's not cool.
That is not cool, Sony.
Keep him dummy
Japan.
thick.
Listen to me, you guys. Realistic representation of robots in our video games, please.
Okay, cool. Next story. Another load of stories that just released in the past hour or so. All to do with the two Warhammer VR games. We got new Age of Sigmar Tempestfall gameplay, and Warhammer 40k Battle Sister is out on Rift today.
I did it. Look.
This is a Tempestfall gameplay. Oh
no! How dare you go back to Fract?
Fract is like, nah, mate. We're right here.
Go.
There we go. Oh, is it just going to keep tripping there?
Okay, let me find the image. Oh, Stevie the TV.
Oh, Stevie, you're not having a good couple of weeks, are you, mate?
You disappoint me.
Anyway, with the gameplay, let me describe little bits and bobs. You saw the little skeletons going for it. Here we go. Previously, we saw the typical Warhammer CG trailer. They're all lovely. They're all gorgeous. But finally, we got some gameplay. And we saw its gesture-based combat system, including sword swings that send out ranged attacks, and we got some melee battles too. What do you think of it?
Yeah, it looked like the Wizards, which I'm down for. I think the Wizards.
With a big sigh, look like the Wizards, whatever.
Well, the gesture-based combat looks really, really good, as it did, as it was even in the Wizards. I don't know if we're gonna get a game where you sort of just go into the room, do the gesture, the enemies kind of run at you, and then you probably kill them pretty easily, and then you go into the next room and do that again and do that again. We get a lot of that stuff in VR. I don't think the Wizards was quite like that. I think the Wizards was actually pretty good because it had such a a variety in combat skills. I
Yeah.
don't know if we're going to get the same variety here.
That's kind
But I'm
of
hoping
the
we do.
thing with Warhammer, though, isn't it? It's just kind of a slice and dice, get through it
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah, no, it is.
set of
It's
games.
meaty, it's chunky, it's you
Yeah.
get the hordes. You know, I mean, you're a big Vermintide fan, aren't you? So that's
Oh, Vermintide, yeah. I used to play that at lunchtime when I was at another job.
lunchtime.
At lunchtime. That was fantastic. And then someone didn't want to play anymore. So, you know.
I didn't really have lunchtimes at my other job, which was actually still just this job. I was just overworking, but yes.
Crunch confirmed at uploadvr.com.
Self-imposed crunch, don't worry. Hello, Skiva.
Anyway. Yo, what up, Skiva? How you doing?
Good to see ya.
Yeah. What is this Chad the iPad? I don't know why I just read that out. I don't really get what that means.
Because this is, I think he's talking about this.
Okay.
Well, these are working, although these aren't entirely working.
Oh. Yeah.
Chad the iPad
I love
is
that.
working. Stevie the TV is not doing so well today. He needs a thermometer. He needs a little cap of ice on him somewhere.
Adam, I need to hire you as a writer for this show, for the VR Games cast.
For this. We will not pay well, Adam, just so you know. So don't get excited. I don't even know if we'll pay. So, you know, don't get your hopes up too much on that front.
Exposure.
Yeah, so yeah, this looks good. This is meant to be out this summer. There is far too much stuff releasing this summer. And do you know what's really annoying about that? We're basically in summer and still no one's saying an actual date.
Yep. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, summer. It's like, all right, it's already summer. We're in British summertime time. British.
There we are.
So, you know, where you at? You've only got,
we need it.
3 months? That's quite a long time, to be fair.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway, so that's what we saw of this game, of Tempest Fall. Battle Sister, we've got even less to say about that, really. But
I have nothing to say to you, sir.
It's previously on Quest. I think they had like a graphics jump between 1 and 2, right? Quest 1 and Quest 2.
Yeah, they did that. They did that whole thing.
But
We don't talk about it much because we messed it up, but yeah.
the updates didn't come out. Anyway, we gave it 3 stars. It was a pretty cool, like Jamie said, it's a chunky shooter, it's very nice, but it has something left to be desired, including the graphics.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping... Oh, don't.
Look at it. Such
I
a
think
slivery little tongue.
Yeah. His 6-pack kind of comes up a bit too far, doesn't it?
Well, that's what happens when you get a 6-pack in hell. It just goes the wrong way. If anyone listens to this show on audio and doesn't understand that we have a TV in the room and several iPads, no one listens to this show in audio, surely. If you do, just come to YouTube, please. You need context for these things.
Anyway, it's coming to Rift. I hope it gets lovely, fantastic graphics where he can even get an 8-pack if he wanted.
It's out on Rift. It's not coming to Rift.
It's out on Rift right now. Well, I haven't seen it. It just came out.
Yeah, true. We'll try and do
No.
Our favorite thing in the world to do. We'll try and do a graphics comparison.
I mean, we'll definitely do a graphics comparison, yeah.
Oh, will we?
Anyway, someone
Setting
in chat.
yourself a lot of work for a Friday, Xena. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, next week. Someone in chat. Nike Mo. Yeah, Nike Mo, not Mike No. Would Far Cry VR get Oculus Quest 2 port? I'm glad you asked that because that is part of the next story, the next set of headlines. I'm gonna just move on from the Warhammer stuff.
Do
now.
it.
So yeah, the VR arcades are apparently back. Everyone, well, that's great, but I don't really know what that really means for every country. But we'll get on to that. So we saw announcements for Far Cry VR Dive into Insanity and Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead Viva Las Vengeance. Far Cry VR is set ahead of its events in Far Cry 3, and it's set in the same kind of tropical environment that the game is set in, and features the iconic villain Voss. Oh, stop picking his nose! I'm just going to pick everyone's noses now.
Mm.
Maybe a little bit here. And a
Oh,
little
not the
bit
guys
here.
in the sand. They're defenseless.
They
Come on.
can't do damn oh, I'd never noticed these guys in the back hanging.
Oh yeah, that brings the image down severely, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
a little bit.
Because no, it's good.
Anyway, YouTube, don't listen. Don't demonetize us.
Watch us on YouTube.
Anyway, so yeah. Oh, okay. So that's that with the Far Cry VR one. With the Army of the Dead game, you physically get into the truck. So Zack Snyder stood in front of the truck and he was like, "Hey guys, you actually get in here," and you get in there virtually as well, behind enemy lines, and you gun down hordes of zombies. Are we gonna get it up?
It says an Ubisoft original for 5 seconds, then goes back to that image.
Oh god damn it.
Okay,
Anyway.
fine. I mean, that's true. That is what it is.
They look pretty decent, both of them. But, you know, is it too hopeful to say that VR arcades are back? Especially as Far Cry VR, which is now available, like it's going on right now in locations across the world,
Across the
quite a
globe.
few countries, not just America, thankfully.
Mm.
And is, you know, this time of our lives, is it the right time for VR arcades to kind of open up in 33 different locations?
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? I mean,
This is an eggshell conversation.
Ian and Heaney and Kyle got into this on Monday, I think, a lot, so we don't need to talk about it too much. It's just at the end of the day, like, yeah, I'm glad things are opening back up in a lot of places. Obviously, some countries are not where, you know, we're fortunate enough to be in, both in the UK and the US. But even in the context of here, as we're starting to open things up again and, you know, talk about returning to normality, to me, like, it's weird working in VR because the arcade is like the final frontier of normality. The sharing a headset between each other and putting stuff on your eyes between each other, that is the final frontier of saying, yeah, we're back and we can just do this stuff again. So I don't know. Having said that, you know, once I was writing about this story and I was looking up the zero latency sites, some of their other games are just sold out right now. In different locations. I think in Wembley, some of the ones are sold out. Wembley in the London in UK.
In London.
London
You
town.
little known place called London.
Yes. And then like I think in like Birmingham, Alabama. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just making places up now.
No, I think that's right. So that's really interesting. I wonder, like, what kind of tech they've actually got. I'd be interested in finding that out. To be honest, like, are they doing the what is it, like the UV rays that lots of like train stations use? You know, the
that's a good idea.
rails just go under and they get UV rayed, and it's just completely fine.
Yeah, just it would be a good idea to just look into who's coming back and what they're doing in that front. I'm really sad the Void's probably not coming back. That seems like a lot of really
sad,
interesting. Yeah, it seems like a lot of really cool, interesting VR content that's going to be lost to time. That was like official Marvel Cinematic Universe content lost to time, which is a real big shame. It was kind of
like the secret cinema of VR, right?
Yeah, a little bit actually. That's a good way to phrase it. But Far Cry looks cool. nDreams had a
looks
role
great
in making it as well.
Yeah, nDreams behind Fract and Phantom.
Yep. And
what were their earlier games?
Oh, Gunner.
Oh God.
What was
what was that episodic one? Or they had like a story one.
Yeah, The Assembly.
The Assembly. I was not really into that. I'm so glad that nDreams has evolved.
And Danger Goat. But
Danger Goat.
Less said about Danger Goat, the better. Where was I? Yeah, the Zack Snyder thing, just whatever. I've done enough of the zombie arcade ones now.
No, that looks cool. Like, no, okay.
You're a liar. Don't lie.
Like, it's a birthday party or something. You're all getting into this truck. You're all like, yeah, this is super hype. Like, you know, it's a proper. It's not just you getting into a hall.
Everyone's just piling into this truck, like, yeah, here we go.
No, but that looks like a proper actual experience. And especially, you've got to put it in the context of people haven't done anything in a year and a half. That
That's
looks
true.
really cool. I would be so up for doing that, you know,
Yeah.
if
It's
had
coming to
UV
London at
rays.
some point, so we can.
if they had UV rays. I think they are
Yeah.
coming to. I know they're coming to like Paris and
They're
Belgium. maybe.
coming to foggy London town
Oh, the foggy Londons!
to show their VR game. Why are we
Why is
singing and
that
touching the
guy
TV so
wearing
much?
a Gen 1 reverb?
Yeah, this is the original HP reverb. So, yeah,
Oh,
the
okay,
optics
sorry.
not that great.
Everyone's asking. Sorry, this was the question that led us onto this. It's probably not going to come to Quest, but we can't
No, it's
confirm
not.
or deny anything.
No, but it's an arcade thing. It's
an
not
arcade
designed-
thing. They usually do not come to consumer headsets.
Yeah.
There's been loads of Assassin's Creed arcade games. They haven't
The
come.
multiplayer escape rooms and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, there's been a few Resident Evil VR games other than, you know, the one on
God,
PS4.
yeah.
They
Totally
haven't
forgot about
come. So probably don't get your hopes up. But obviously,
Yeah.
if you've got a group of friends or whatever and it's in your area and you're interested in it, it's like $45, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, take it or leave it. I don't know if that's good or bad, to be honest.
Yeah.
Anyway, do we want to announce the next thing?
This
Okay.
guy is again, please watch on YouTube. This guy is really not that concerned about the fact
He's
he's very this
chilling.
close. Yeah, and the
Ooh,
tide
Desert
is coming
Island
in.
discs.
The
What would
tide
I
is
have
coming
brought?
in. Desert Island discs. That's a shout out for our friends in the UK. I don't think they brought Desert Island discs over to the US. These two people are just in a world of hurt. He's the only one that actually seems
No, he
properly
wants
concerned.
vengeance.
Is
he
he gonna
wants
bite
Zack.
his ankle?
He wants Viva Las Vengeance on Vas over
he
here.
does, doesn't he?
He's looking at us like, oh, damn it. She doesn't know what the heck happened to her. Anyway, do we want to announce this next thing?
All right, we want to announce the next thing. We're gonna do this kind of just informally,
Should I get it up?
just as a little treat. Let me do it. This is a little a tasty little surprise. Ian likes to break news on a podcast. Well, get this, Ian Hamilton. We're announcing the biggest news of all time on this podcast right here, right now. Zena, watch the chat because it's going to explode. Again, if you're listening to this on audio, this isn't going to have the same effect. But here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Ta-da!
Whoa! Oh my God.
damn!
Yeah, you've been asking. That's right. We haven't been able to tell you for a really long time because planning E3 this year has been so much fun. The Upload VR showcase is coming back. It's going to be here. It's happening June 12th, definitely. 3 p.m. PT, probably.
Probably.
Probably. There's a chance that this is the reason there's not like an announcement on the website or anything yet, because there are like the last little things to be nailing down. But we probably won't be doing a podcast this time next week because we'll be, neck deep in actually editing the thing. But we're doing it.
FYI, it's just literally us two that do it. There isn't this big
that's
team, so we are working really hard to get this together.
And
You're the brains, I'm the brawn.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, actually. I know a lot of people have been asking this for months and months and months, and I've wanted to say, I mean, I have said yes in a couple of places, but I wanted to say yes officially. But if you've looked at E3's stuff today, they've only just announced the schedule, and they still haven't, because it's kind of up to every company individually where they want to go. I mean, let's be honest, we don't want to end up accidentally scheduling a time at the same time as Square Enix because everyone's going to go watch the Square Enix thing, not going to go watch our thing. So, yeah, it's taken a long, long time to get to the point. But a week and 2 days from now
Don't say
is the Upload VR showcase, streaming on YouTube. I think this year's going to be about 30 to 50 minute range. I think somewhere around there. We'll be on IGN again. That's the plan. Hopefully we're going to be in some other places as well. A little more work to do with that, but it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a good one. I'd love to give you a little tease of what to expect. I would say I would say we have 16 games around right now
Really?
to talk about this year.
When you say it like
that's
that,
quite long.
yeah,
it's going to be a long show. It's going to be fun.
Damn.
So yeah, I'm super happy to be able to tell you guys about this. We are super happy to be able to tell you guys about this.
We're going to post about it probably later today. Because we've now just said it.
Once we, maybe if we've got the timing down, we will we'll post about it later today, but we might end up posting about it tomorrow. Hopefully 3 p.m. PT. It's going to be late if you're in the UK. I apologize
like 11,
for that.
Right?
But again, E3 is happening that day. And we have it on good authority that there should be a free slot.
Should be
a free slot. I can't wait for E3 to be a physical thing again, so that all these publishers can do this stuff a month in advance.
Yeah. They need to just go away. E3.
They're doing. I'm excited for E3 to be back this year. I'm really looking forward. I'm glad we're going a couple of days earlier than we have in past couple of years, because it means we can just enjoy the rest of E3 once it's done. But yeah, please look forward to it. Please enjoy the many contents that we will prepare for the Upload VR showcase.
It's not going to be our avatars on Akazi. It's actually going to be us on camera.
Yeah, it is. We do that every once in a while.
We haven't actually done that in a long time. We've been so busy basically with this and everything else that we just haven't been, streaming and that. But we are going to be properly on camera presenting this.
Yeah. Well, from the intro. And then we usually
intro.
Here's the thing about doing the showcase. We're not like, big suit executives that want like our screen time and stuff like that. We know that people just want they don't even really want the quick intro. So we just get in, we say hello, and then it's like, okay, go. Show the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Do the show.
And we only do voices in between because, again, no one cares about the presenters. Yeah. We don't even care.
And actually, the first year we did it, someone said I had a very punchable face. So.
Oh, no!
And he hasn't even seen me in VR. All
right, cool. So yeah, that's the announcement. Upload VR showcase, June 12th, probably at 3 p.m. PT. So that's like 11 p.m. BST. Yep. Live on YouTube. So, subscribe and hit that notifications button to keep up with everything with that. Yeah. All right. So let's move on from that. Next is our review segment, where Jamie gives us a rundown of the latest VR releases. Today, Stones of Harleth released on Quest, or releases. I don't know if it's out exactly now.
It's out. It's out.
It will also be coming to PC VR next month. The Beach.
Oh, damn it. I thought I got it.
Over to you, Jamie.
Okay, so Stones of Harleth. If you have played Theta Legion, which came out a couple of years ago, same sort of deal, different genre. So Theta Legion was like a retro infused, influenced shooter, a lot like Doom, but it had really, really nice 8-bit kind of style graphics, like kind of Wolfenstein just realized in VR, or Doom, realized in VR. This swaps out first-person shooters for dungeon crawlers. Your really, really classic, even dating back before Doom and everything like that. And it's the same kind of deal. Lovely, lovely art style, just kind of bringing a very classic genre to VR, maybe not necessarily doing a lot of new stuff with it, but just kind of updating some of the kind of staples of the genre. It's a really lovely game to experience. You have this kind of small island. You go around going through 6 different dungeons, going back to a town, talking to different characters who have very hilariously terrible voice acting. And yeah, you just kill stuff until you're done, basically. And appreciating all of that stuff in VR, and especially on Quest 2, with the display of the Quest 2 is really nice. I love you have like really great like gritty detail on the back of your hands that gives the game a really nice, authentic feel. So it's a great VR game to experience. What it's not so great to do with is actually, unfortunately, play. It's just kind of simple and repetitive. You have two types of combat. You've got melee combat with a sword and shield, and the sword also turns into different weapons with power-ups. And then you also have the magical combat, which is you kind of trace runes in the sky. So you make a little triangle, you get some fireballs to throw. You do a Z, you get some lightning. You do a little L, you get some time manipulating abilities. And some of that stuff is pretty fun. Some of it's pretty interesting. They do like casting giant shields to keep you safe from projectiles, so you can make your way further down a room, or like slowing down time, throwing orbs that turn into like health items and stuff like that. So some of that's really, really cool, but it's all pretty basic. The aiming is done with like a cursor and mouse, which again, is trying to replicate that feel of the classic genre and those classic games, but just didn't really work for me in terms of engaging me from a VR perspective. Everything it does, and even the stuff it does well, is done better elsewhere. So this gesture based system, it's kind of like if you've ever done like one of the Wii games where you have to trace stuff out. Whereas in the Wizards, not to mention the Wizards twice in one podcast, but that feels very natural with like breaking the bow apart to make ice daggers, or like throwing your hand to one side to summon a shield or a fireball. All of that stuff in that game was very well thought out. Here it's very, very simple, primitive, and the melee combat is just very much wee waggle, put your sword on the enemy and just like that. And
I'm just trying to keep like respectfully quiet during this. You're just getting
and that's just how you do it. And then the final thing is just very, very, very short, unfortunately. Kind of interesting. I think the developers said to a lot of people it kind of lasts about 4 hours. I got through it in 2. Probably a little less than 2 hours, to be honest. And in some senses, yeah, I was getting it done. I was going from A to B and getting through the levels, but I wasn't really putting much thought into it. I think people could do that very, very easily. And it's just a shame because I really like Theta Legion, the first game they did. I think the art style is fantastic, and I think they've got a lot of potential. I think this has the bones of something excellent. It's not a long enough game to flesh any of it out. It's not really a good enough game to flesh any of it out.
That's a shame. So how many stars out of 5?
That's a 2. Went for a 2.
Which we've just recently... Yeah, we just recently changed our review scale from meh to okay. Because I think that reflects... Well, we both think it reflects it better.
Yeah, 100%. It's... I think at Upload, we're very big believers in... I just put it on the board. We're very big believers in using an entire review scale, not just doing that thing that... It's very easy in this profession to fall into the trap of having a whole review scale, but really you're using only maybe like the top end of the board. Yeah. So when I say 2 stars, I'm not saying it's depressingly, terribly awful. That stuff is just the 1-star category. I'm saying it's okay. It's okay. And then we've got, 3 categories of pretty good right from there. Like good. I know we get a lot of negative feedback when we give a game 3 stars. I actually think that's a very decent, respectable score. It means it's worth your money. You're probably going to be entertained playing it. It just doesn't mean it's some groundbreaking experience. And I'm personally a big believer in using the entirety of a scoreboard. And I think this is the best way to do it. So that's why we changed from meh to okay.
So Chris Richardson said, well, I'll get to see it for myself. I pre-ordered.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it. I mean, like Jimmy said, it's gorgeous. It's just a little bit short. So savor it, perhaps. Don't think it's something to rush through. Like, just savor it a bit. And
there is an arena mode, wave-based combat that you can do after you finish the game. So that's kind of what you can look forward to if you want to flesh it out a bit more. Some of the boss fights are fun. Slowing down time, that mechanic is cool, but I think it's only used properly every once in a while. Adam, that's That's a pretty good way to look at
Yeah.
it. I wouldn't say you would say that of every 2-star game. I think you're going to find 2-star games that are proper, full, fleshed out experiences. They're just not that exciting to play.
They buckle under their own weight.
But it is, and it is right. It is right that you could think of this as kind of a tech demo or a proof of concept rather than something that was completely fleshed out.
Yep. Cool.
So
well, that just about wraps it up for this week. Unless if you've got anything else.
I don't think so. I'm just looking at the YouTube comments on my phone because I get to them.
Oh,
quicker.
okay.
But yeah, no, I think we're good. Just in case you missed 5 minutes ago, Upload VR Showcase is back a week on Saturday.
Let's go out on that image there. There we go. That's our announcement there.
Yeah.
Forget PlayStation's game dump.
You can kind of get a bit of a sense for the theme of this year based on this lovely art created by the one and only Xena Elevated.
Mwah. Yeah. I kind of sounded a bit like Penguin there. Mwah.
Yeah, that's what we should go out on, Penguin.
Anyway, cool. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. We are live every Thursday with the VR Games Cast. You can check out all the stories that we've mentioned and, check out everything about the Upload VR Showcase over at uploadvr.com. Thank you so much for joining. We really appreciate everyone who joins us live every week. And we'll see you next week. Maybe. That's a maybe because we might be getting the showcase ready during that time.
We might be screaming at each other and throwing fast food at each other.
We went for a kebab at like 1 a.m. last year. No, the year before. No, last year.
We went for a kebab. We didn't throw a kebab at 1 a.m.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. We went and ate at like 1 a.m. because that was a pick-me-up moment, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a real pick-me-up.
We need a little juice. Like 2 days before the showcase was set to go out, and we just went and got massive kebabs or kebabs.
Kebabs. All right, cool.
As some would say.
All right, so we'll see you next week, maybe. If not, we'll see you at the showcase.
All right,
Bye, everyone.
gang. Good to see you. See you later.